Hi, it's Stacie Bloomfield, and I'm excited because I've got a brand new box of licensing samples from one of my licensing partners, Primitive by Kathy. And I thought it'd be fun to do a little unboxing with you and kind of answer some frequently asked questions I get about art licensing and collaborations like this. So let me go get the box. I'll be right back. So I have been partnering with Primitives by Kathy. Gosh, we introduced ourselves to them maybe a year and a half ago, but a year ago we got an email from their creative department and they asked us if we would be interested in licensing our art with them. And we were like, heck yes, we love art licensing. We've been looking for another partner. And Primitives by Kathy is pretty cool because they make a ton of products. Like this is their catalog. And we actually have a lot of products in it for this catalog. So I can show you. See? This is just a smattering of what we're offering with them. And I mean, we probably have 100 SKUs, collections that we've designed for them that aren't even out yet. Look, we even have playing cards this time. It's pretty cool. So whenever you're approached by someone like Primitives by Kathy, who has a lot of volume, there's a great opportunity to really hopefully make some money, get brand exposure out there so that more people are seeing your art. And hopefully it becomes like a long-term partnership. So I don't know what samples are in the box. Let's find out. I'm going to answer a couple questions that come in about art licensing. So a question that I get a lot is how much do you actually make from these collaborations? So I can't tell you specifically about this one because I'm under contract with them and I can't disclose it, but I can tell you I've been licensing my art for a decade. And typically it works either to where you sign a contract where they rent your art from you, this company, and they get to use it for an agreed upon limited window of time, typically like 2 years. If it sells well, they'll renew. And they sign a contract with you that says that they will pay you a royalty percentage for every product that they create and sell with your art on it. After it sells, you'll get a check. So we get monthly checks from them. Some places give you quarterly checks, some just once a year. But what's really nice is the more they sell, the more you make. And you have to learn about how contracts work. I'm not a lawyer, but after 10 years of doing this type of work, I can tell you that volume matters. If you can license with a high volume client, it really begins to add up. So we only started, I guess our first collection with Primitives by Kathy came out in the fall of 2024. So we just started getting payments from it. So time will tell how lucrative this collaboration is, but I'm hoping it's a long-term relationship. Primitives by Kathy is one of those rare jewels of a manufacturer and brand that really highlights the artist's story and works with a lot of artists. So it's a real joy to get to work with them. There's an amazing survey that Shannon McNabb runs. She's a colleague of mine. It's about what people get paid in our industry as licensed artists, as artists who sell our art and products. She does this once a year. And I promote this survey because transparency in our industry is super important. So artists know what to charge for licensing and for their art. And so if you want a good look at like what right now the people who are responding to the survey are saying they're making from their art, you should go check out sketchdesignrepeat.com. And most people just with licensing are not making a living. Usually you have to have multiple income streams, which is what I teach to my art students. I license art. I make my own products to sell, wholesale those products, and teach other artists about art and selling their art. So I have several income streams that help create a balanced, stable business. I'm someone who has had many years where I make 6 figures from my art licensing. The last 2 years have been a little bit less than that. Just depends on timing and contract and payout, but next year will be even higher, it looks like. So I'm excited about that. Dragonfly. There's a dragonfly kitchen towel. Nice. All right. Let's look. What else we have? More towels. More towels. What do we do with all these samples? That's a question that comes in a lot. Ooh, this is so cute. The art looks really good on this. This is like a garden stake. Ooh, I like that a lot. Makes me want to have a garden. So what we do is I have a nice little closet in my house where we put all the samples, or we store them here at the studio, the Gingerbread Studio. But sometimes what we do is we'll do a sample sale and we will sell them on our own website, gingerbread.com. So that's what's really nice is you get all these samples and then you can sell them to your own fan base, your own customers, and create more income from your licensed art. Also, I think it's really important whenever you have licensed collaborations to do your own photo shoots. show off what you're doing and share it on social media and YouTube to really kind of promote the client that you're working with too. That's one of the big benefits of building an art brand to make you more attractive for collaborations like this is showing them that you will highlight the art too and drive traffic to them. So it's pretty cool. Another question that came in is what happens if you license your art with someone and you're all excited and they're excited too, and then the product doesn't sell? Well, it's happened to me. In fact, I had a big collaboration a couple years ago. Well, I mean, I don't know if I can say it now. It's been like 10 years. But there's a big publisher and they contacted me kind of at the height of my nursery art time, right after the Later Nod, and they wanted to do a big card series with me. Fancy, nice cards. They contacted me. We did the agreement. They paid me a nice chunky advance. And I was so excited because they were that confident it was going to be a hit. And then I think they must have had a change at their company where the creative director left or something, but that project then didn't get promoted. It was funny because they had set me up to talk to blogs and stuff about the product and the art, and then it just like didn't happen, but they still had manufactured the product. And so I got paid that advance and then I never made a royalty on it. And then they sold off all the inventory. So if they had sold all the inventory and then the royalty amount that was due to me was more than the advance that they'd given me, I would have made more money on it. So in this case, I made only my advance money and then the product wasn't a hit and then we never worked together again. It's sad, but it happens. Sometimes these things are completely out of your control. If you're interested in art licensing, it can be a really great source of income, but the challenge with art licensing is it can kind of inconsistent to the point where like there's some years where I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are going to be clients who are going to be paying me every single month. I know about what the volume is. I can count on that money. But let's say a contract ends, which it does end. One of my favorite clients, I worked with them for over 10 years. Company changed hands and then they went in a different direction. My style wasn't really a good fit for them anymore. So like that was a big bummer. So I had to find a new client to work with to kind of replace that income. And it's just never a guarantee. But I think it's a great source of part-time income. You can use art you create for your licensing portfolio, and then you can leverage that art and make your own products to sell. But the important thing is to build an audience of people who care about the art that you're making so that you can license your art and tell people about what you do and people will care. And then clients will want to work with you more because you can show off your work to your audience. And it's kind of mutually beneficial for a licensing collaboration with a high volume manufacturer like Primitives by Kathy and a brand with a nice, strong, small but mighty following like Gingerbread. Thanks for being a part of this unboxing, and we'll do another one the next time I get samples. Bye.